Hi guys, Paul here from PABrewNews on the porch yet again. Hopefully that bee leaves me alone. Got one here, probably a little vintage. I'm not exactly sure. Old engine oil from Harvestoun's and from Scotland. I also saw they have these in cans as well. It's been a long time since I've had an old engine oil, and god damn it, I'm really happy to see it. It was about 15 bucks a six pack or 16 bucks a six pack, whatever. That's a little special, dude. Fucking Blue Jays still out here. So it's a 6% black ale, they call it. Now a lot of people call it a porter. They call it a stout. They call it all these kinds of things, but they call it a black ale. So we're gonna go right down. Black ale, an ale that is black. A long time ago, when I first started drinking beer, was, maybe if I'm wrong, I think Samuel Adams made a black ale that I enjoyed. it. So let's see. Harvestoun's viscous. I don't think so. Chocolatey. Let's hope. Roasty toasty for sure. I do find it very comical when you see old engine oil, because I've had this before, and they say viscous. No, you're not. You're not. I can already tell you that right now. Harvestoun's original master brewer, Ken Brooker, spent much of his early life crafting wooden prototypes for the Ford Motor Company. This black viscous ale reminded Kevin of thick, gloopy car engine oil. Again, he just developed wooden prototypes, so he probably wasn't in the garage very much. Aftermarket, when engine oil was actually used. Let's just let that sink in for just a second. Okay? All right, cool. So he named it in honor of his second love, the internal combustion engine. This thick, chocolatey flavor leaves a roast, bittersweet aftertaste to savor. Old engine oil, brewed and bottled by Harvestoun Brewing Company, Hillsfoot Villages, Alva, Scotland, imported by blah 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 blah. Look at that. Look at that. This is a revisit, you know what I mean? So I can't, I'm not going to act like it's the first time I've ever had it, because I do. So, revisit time. And I've had pretty much, which I'm really happy to say, not in a pompous way, almost every single version of Ola Doob. And I've had the... Now, I know I haven't had every one. I'm sure there's lots of different poppy ones around here, but I've had the 12, 16, was it the 12, 10, 12, 16, 18, 1991, 30 year, 40 year. I mean, I've tried to get every single one I've ever seen, and every one I've ever seen I've grabbed, so happy to have that. And when I was over in the Grove in Huddersfield, England, I had Ola Dub 12, Ola Dub, whatever you want to say it. I've had that on cask, baby. It went over in the Grove, which I heard the Grove is either shut down or it's been bought by somebody else and it's not as good as it used to be or something like that. Well, you know what? That fucking sucks, but whatever. Anyway, back to the beer. It's dark. It's a dark beer. It looks like gloopy motor oil, baby. I don't know if you're catching that in glass trying to drink it, but there was just a rind of a caramel hue at the pinnacle of glass. It is very dark. Right here, there's a rind of a bright caramel hue, but the rest of it is pretty much pitch black, and that leads something to be said. I'm actually, excuse my nose all of a sudden. I'm actually making a, if you watch the other review video of the Homebrew Wednesday, an imperial stout and a stout right now, and so far they are black as fuck. So let's hopefully the one, because I did hop it a little bit. I have 2 ounces of hops and only 2.5 ounces of beer. That might be a little bit of a black ale by the end of it, more so than a stout. I don't know. Let's going to find out, see how it all turns out, because it was a party guile, which, as far as I'm concerned, the party guile, maybe I'm wrong by terminology, it's a secondary brewing of the first grains, that kind of thing. So I made the stout. I was like, I bet you I could get more shit out of this, because the stuff that was coming out of it was real dark. So I just I let that do its thing for a while. Brewed another batch out of that, added some good stuff, so hopefully we get a low ABV black ale out of that, and then we have a nice imperial stout from the first. We'll see. Only time will tell. So let's get into this one. The sun is coming and sun is going. Sun is coming. It's, oh my god, good thing. If I was a vampire, I'd be really, 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 really worried right now because like it's slowly approaching me. I'm not happy about it. Glare's all right. You can get glared all the day long, but don't let it touch you. Don't you let it touch you. Let's get into it. Cheers. Beautiful, beautiful, roasty, toasty, earthy, copper coin tonality. The whole deal, smokiness. There's a little bit of a muted baker's chocolate as well. Absolutely beautiful. All right, cheers. It's not viscous. It's not viscous at all. So it's, I would say, between the oiliness and the body, I will throw it in the medium side of a medium body. Not viscous. But, hey, that's marketing for you. But I will say this. A lot of people are going to be put off by one thing. Not the viscous, because a lot of people aren't sticklers like that like I am. It's the fact that it has chocolate written all over the bottle. And to most people, to a lot of people, to some people, to a few people, to maybe one person, chocolate means milk chocolate. Okay? It doesn't mean bittersweet sweet chocolate. It doesn't mean baker's chocolate. It doesn't mean this. It means chocolatey. Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. And I know my girl had one of these, and she was like, fuck this garbage. Like, it was just like, nope, can't do that. And that's why I got it. And that's why I'm reviewing it now. But it was one of those, and I was like, sorry. Because it's roast. It's roast, it's char, it's smoke, it's that. Don't you fucking, I'll fuck you up. That goddamn bee came back. He touched my finger without my permission. Stranger danger. Stranger danger. But it's like that 70% cacao mixed with sugarless baker's chocolate. It's that kind of level chocolate. But what the fuck's wrong with you, buddy? Buddy. There are bottles that you can just fuck off and sit over there and play with those. But it's chocolate. It's just not chocolatey. There's no sweetness to this beer at all, and that's the problem. Is most people, they want that kind of like sweetness, that milk, sugar, sweetness, chocolate sweetness, and stuff like that. And I'm saying, I'm not trying to start an argument. I'm just saying a lot of people that see chocolate written on everything, they expect chocolate. Like, for instance, the one reason why I don't like, I've had many variants of it, and I just don't think it's a great beer, is was that black chocolate stout, or whatever you want to call it, from Brooklyn. It's completely dry, just roast and malt, and no chocolate. I mean, even like 70% cacao chocolate, there's no chocolate in the goddamn beer. Like, there just isn't. And it's just kind of funny compared to like so many other beers that don't say chocolate on the label, have way more chocolate flavor and different levels of chocolate as well. That's why, Brooklyn can go fuck themselves. But they can do that for many reasons. So there you go. Ooh. Take everything off the label. Take viscous. Take chocolatey. Take roasty malt. Stop telling me what's in the beer. Just make it a beer and make the beer and put the fucking name on it. And put the style on it. That's fine. Harvestoun's. Old engine oil. And then you put down black ale. That's all you need. That's all you need. Boom, bam, boom. This is a great beer. It's got a nice little assertive hop bitterness in the background. Bring a little bit of grapefruit, but very subtle. Don't get upset about me. It's the very softest, subtlest, earthy grapefruit. And it's coming with that earthiness. It's coming with those tonalities like that. I mean, they must have used the greatest, because I love earth, dirt, copper coin, but there's the subtlest hint of something that reminds me in the background of like a soft citrus tone. Just the subtlest, softest tone. And then you have all that beautiful earthy tonality, copper coin, a weird ass biker just drove by in full getup, and it's just, I always find that creepy. The helmet and creepy. But anyway, yeah, it's the whole thing. It just has that nice, beautiful tonality, full flavored. It's a assertive roast bitterness. It is assertive black roast. I mean, like, it's just perfect that way. You have a little bit of like toasted, seriously toasted brown bread tonalities. Those kind of things are wafting through the palate. Easy drinking, sessionable, approachable. Well, I wouldn't say even it's approachable, because you need to understand, like, it's going to be a black ale with a lot of assertive roasty bitterness. And if you don't like that, you're not going to like the beer. That's the way it is. There's a lot of minerality in this beer, though, too. There's a lot of minerality. It's that mineral copper coin, as I said before, minerality to the water, to the watery backbone of the beer. Minerality, hint of copper coin, earthy, dirty. I like all that. I like this beer. But it's definitely not going to be for everybody. It's one of those kind of deals. I proved that just by scientific research. Nope. Thank you. It is what it is. But out of that scientific research, I got some beer out of the deal. So can't complain too much. So, no, it's a nice little beer. Just on it's on that roast dry side, this side. It's not viscous. And we just need to appreciate a nice dark ale. Black ale, man. I can get it. I get behind that. A little bit of hop assertive, roast assertive, black ale. Done. Like, for instance, I don't know why. I get the name. That's your name. I get that. But if it's just a little rebranding, advertising, you'll still get the people that like the beer to buy it. And, you know, if you're honest about it, the people that don't like it won't buy it, you know, so much, but then you won't have people pissing and spitting on your beer so much. Because the people that want extreme thick chocolatey beer won't buy it then. Yeah, you'll miss out on a sale, but then you also miss out on a bunch of people bad-mouthing your shit. But this has been out for so long, I shouldn't even talk about that, because it's just pointless by this point in time. Anyway, I like this beer. I'm going to give it I can't give it an as advertised, because it's definitely not as advertised. But overall, for the black ale from Harvestoun's, it's the one that's tried and true for me. Tried and true, always back. Every time you see an Ola Dubs, it's kind of funny. It just takes, I'm pretty sure it's like a base of this, and then they put in the Highland Park whiskey barrels, do all this fucking crazy ass shit. They must take time and effort to brew this beer. I have to say this, and it could be completely false. They must take time and effort to brew this, whatever base they're using, let's say at the base of this, a special batch of this, the way this should be. You know what I'm saying? And they put that in the fucking barrels, because there's no way they just put this in the barrels. Maybe they do, but I just get so much more character and class, and just everything just so amped up in those Ola Dubs that I've had over time. And I drink this again, I go, this is good, but it's not that. So I understand Highland Park whiskey barrels, but still, there's a little bit of brain separation for me to put this next to that, if you know what I mean. Like, but this is slightly creamier and thicker, so how the you know what I mean. So I think they brew special batches of this and add extra shit and make sure they're doing it correctly to make that, if you know what I'm saying. And I really wish they would just do that as a whole and spend me a little extra money, and maybe not have their fucking little red line go as high one year. They go, well, it's still here, we still made money, but you made a better beer. So but it's a business, man. It's a business. Anyway, I like this. I'm gonna give it, honestly, I'm not gonna shit on the beer though, but I'm gonna say it's a nice staple. It's a staple. Staple beer, good. I go back to it every time. It's polarizing, so not everybody's going to like it. It's not as advertised, so I'm going to knock it down for a little bit like that. I bet you when I had this before, when I reviewed this, I gave it a 9. I gave it something like that. You know, that's what I do here. I give everything a fucking 9 out of 10. Well, Peter gives everything a 10, and that's German, so I can give everything a 9. Go fuck yourself. Drinking it, it's good beer. Definitely tastes traditional. Traditional, a little bit on the drier side. Copper coin, earthy tones, those kind of things. I like this beer, but I'm going to give it a fair review. I'm going to give it a worldwide review, if you know what I mean, like a spectrum review. I'm going to give this one... I was going to go 7.5, but I'm going to still give it an 8. 8 out of 10. I think the beer is still nice. It's a nice beer. It's an everyday beer. I would never turn it down if I ever saw it. And somebody say, you want one of these? We got this or this? Give me the one of those. Fuck yeah. And that's my opinion. God damn it. This has been Paul from PABrewNews. Cheers. Bye. Watch that finger. Here it comes.